A miracle has happened. We have a 4-0 sweep in the MLB yesterday, and we got a full slate today. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. It is about freaking time. A 4-0 sweep. Yes, we did have one loss. It was a quarter unit long shot parlay. I never usually count those long shot parlays in my runs and counts and all that. It does count towards the units though, but still a 4-0 sweep. It is about freaking time. Seriously, I needed it in the worst way. So that was awesome. We'll go over the bets recap in a bit. And by the way, thank you guys for all the support. I get private messages on Discord, emails, all these different things about things like keep your head up and positive. Just that's why I love this community, and that's why I love talking sports every day. So I appreciate all of you. I see all of you. But it's Dinger Tuesday winner announcement time, baby. That's right. We had one winner. And by the way, I think this guy was the only home run hit by anybody that guessed. I could be wrong, but it was pretty bad out there on the MLB streets. There was not a lot of home runs hit. So congrats to at just right MG9130 as he hit Dansby Swanson. That's right. And this is the second time Dansby Swanson, I think, has won for someone in our Dinger Tuesday contest. So if you are him, reach out to me on down here in the comments on Twitter or in the Discord, and we'll get you that money. And again, next week's prize will be much better, and we got a little surprise for you guys, so it'll be awesome. So, anyways, like I said, we got a full 15 game slate, so let's get into it. And it starts with the baseball fun fact that someone who follows this channel reached out and gave me in honor of Willie Mays, who just passed away. He was an absolute legend. So, anyways, Willie Mays. This is, by the way, from at Smokey Lansdowne sent me this. So here we go. Willie Mays, Babe Ruth, and Hank Aaron all started their careers in a city and finished in the same city, but all with different teams. Willie Mays, New York Giants, ended with the New York Mets. Babe Ruth, Boston Red Sox, ended with the Boston Braves. And Hank Aaron, Milwaukee Braves, ended with the Milwaukee Brewers. That's kind of a crazy stat. I'm not going to lie. If that's true, that's insane. I'm sure it is true. So, anyways, thanks for sending that. Appreciate it. But in this video, we're going to recap yesterday. I have more research info than I can even explain to you today. It is absolutely bonkers. But anyways, we're going to go over the million good hitter matchups. And then it's Wednesday. So we're going to talk who's on fire, the hitters on fire in the last 7 days. And then good pitcher strikeout matchups. And we have the most we have ever had in one single day as well. And then, of course, the full pitcher report. And then any best bets we have today, we will give you. And then the hitter parlay ideas, and wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below like you guys have been doing every single freaking day. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 26,000 subscribers. The grind is on. The baseball season is here. Let's keep it rolling. And it starts with the recap. All right, there is the recap for June 18th. Look at those green check marks. They were in hibernation for a little while, but Adley Rutschman, Carlos Correa, 1+ hit each. I believe they both got it done in their first at bat again for the second straight day. Red Sox money line, that was a sweaty one. They came back, I think, got 2 runs in the 8th inning and won the game 4-3. Over 4.5 runs, first 5, never a doubt. Seattle bats came to play, won in Cleveland. I don't remember how many they exactly got, but they definitely got over this easy in the first 5. And then Bailey faltered over 5.5 hits. I believe he gave up 7. That was a nice winner. The only loss, like I said, I mean, it's still a 4-0 sweep in my head. We are counting the quarter unit loss, but it was a long shot parlay. I want to dabble into some of these 2+ hits because there's a lot of players getting them. I just put 2 together, threw a quarter unit, tried to have some fun today. Stephen Kwan only got 1 hit. I think Ramos actually went hitless, so it was absolutely terrible. But again, we won the other 4. We will take it. Unfortunately, those other 4 were only half unit plays because that's how it works. So it would have been nice to win the full 4 units, but you know what? I will take winners any way I can get it. And that's the recap for June 18th. And now we have a ton of research help to get to, and it starts with those good hitter matchups. All right, we got 23 of them for you today. That's right. And it starts up there in the top left with the most at-bats. Cedric Mullins against, that's right, you can see it. Garrett Cole is back for the New York Yankees, and he is pitching. Cedric Mullins, 8 for 25 against him. We have a few Orioles players like James McCann, 5 for 13. Ramon Urias, 6 for 13, that have actually hit him pretty decent. But it's in order from most at-bats down to the bottom right to the least at-bats. We got a lot of 5 for 9s, 5 for 10s. We got a lot of good hitter matchups, to be honest. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 7 for 14 with 2 bombs versus Brian Bayo of the Red Sox, and so on and so on. Jonathan India down there, 5 for 12 versus Mitch Keller. Spencer Steer, 4 for 7, things like that. And Jake Fraley as well against Mitch Keller. So we got a lot of Cincinnati Reds players as well. But anyways, take a screenshot. I'm not going to go through every single one. You can see these. Hopefully these help you get a winner. But we got page 2. So let's check out these final 5. And we obviously they're only 6 at bats. That's as low as we're going to go. But Michael Conforto, 3 for 6. Reese McGuire of the Red Sox, never put his name down here, 4 for 6, and so on and so on. So anyways, those are the good hitter matchups for June 19th. And now let's talk who's on fire. All right, if you're new to the channel, we like to do this every single week and talk the hitters on fire in the last 7 days. You have to have 20 or more at-bats, and you have to be hitting 340 or higher to make the list. If you see it in green, those are the leaders. Here is page 1 of 3. That's right. When I say we have a lot of research help and a lot of stats to give you, I meant it. This is page 1. Kyle Schwarber, my goodness, 4 bombs and 10 ribbies in the last 7 days, including hitting 407. Jarren Duran up there hitting 387. Alec Bohm, 444 average with 9 ribbies. We got some guys just crushing it. We got some weather warming up. It is baseball hitting time right now as the summer nears closer. And then Tyler O'Neill down there who came through clutch for us in that Red Sox win. But anyways, that's page 1. We actually haven't had Shohei Ohtani on here much, but he is finally on here again, hitting 357. And he actually also has 4 bombs. I forgot to mention. So he is in the tie, or in a tie with Kyle Schwarber. So that's page 1. Let's go check out page 2 now. And there it is, guys. I don't even know what to say. But Rafaela, I'm assuming that's how you say his last name. 615 average. That's not even legal. Like, that shouldn't be illegal at all. It's just insane what he is doing, and I believe he's the 9 hitter. We will talk a little bit about him later, but my goodness, it's absolutely crazy. And Carlos Correa, who won us a hitter parlay, we've been talking about him a lot. 583 in the last 7 days. It is absolutely bonkers. Him and Nimmo and the Candyman Candelario all have 8 ribbies, along with Austin Riley. I mean, there's some guys hitting, guys. There's hitter parlays and over bases and 2+ hits bets all over the place, including Steven Kwan, who we all know is like the next Ichiro right now, is how he's playing this year. 478 average. So that's page 2. Take a screenshot. Let's go check out the final page. And there is the leader also with 10 ribbies, Jock Peterson. Who would have thought, the lefty? He's hitting 400 along with a lot of these other guys. Francisco Alvarez, it's been huge since he came back, as the Mets offense and team is absolutely rolling right now. And then JJ Bleday of the A's hitting 450. So that's all the rambling. That's the 2.5 pages of hitters on fire. I mean, if you compare some of these up with guys that are on fire with maybe good matchups or righty-lefty matchups, all that kind of stuff, that's usually what creates some good hitter parlays. But hopefully this helps you for the rest of the week and into the weekend. But now it's time to talk some arms. All right, this segment kept us busy tonight, that's for sure. If you're wondering why we're not going to have a ton of bets the night before, well, we have a ton of research help that we had to get out to you. And I'm talking 7 good pitcher strikeout matchups. I don't think we've had more than 4 all year. So here we go. Tariq Skubal versus the Braves. Braves 10th highest. I'm going to try to go quicker through these because of it. There's Skubal's numbers. Skubal, last 2 starts, 2 and 10. Houston was the number 1 K rate, lowest K rate though, so you get that. But before that, 6 to 8 Ks in 5 straight starts. Last 8 lefties versus the Braves have averaged 6.13 Ks per start. Yes, I did the math. Then Reynaldo Lopez, same game, other side. He has been dominant this year. He's been so good, not just in Ks. I just mean in general. He's been really good. Tigers' 3rd highest K percentage, over 25%. There's Lopez's number, about 1 K per inning. His K rate is a bit lower at home, which is where he is compared to on the road, as you see there. He does have 7+ Ks now in 3 straight starts against Baltimore, Washington, and Oakland. So that's page 1. Let's get to page 2 now, and we got Hunter Green at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates' 2nd highest K percentage versus righties. Green's numbers are there. Obviously not the same K rate as he had in previous years, but he is still really good. And this is what's crazy. He has a high 29.2% K rate versus lefties and a 22.2% K rate versus righties. So just want to point that out in case you're looking at, if you do K props for individuals or you're looking at lefties, he strikes out a ton of lefties. And then he has exactly, this is wild, 5 or 8 Ks in 6 straight starts. Not 5 through 8 Ks, 5 or 8 in 6 straight starts. If I had to lean one way, I'm thinking he's going to go 8 on this one. But Tanner Bybee versus my Seattle Mariners, the third highest K percentage versus righties, 25.3. There's Bybee's numbers. His home K rate has been lower so far, and he is at home 25.6% versus 29.7% on the road. So just something to keep in mind. He does have 7+ Ks in 4 of his last 5 starts, including 11 versus the Cincinnati Reds, who have the 12th highest K rate in the last 3 weeks. So that's number 3 and number 4. Let's move on to the next page. We got Mr. Joe Ryan, the guy with 2 first names against the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays have been striking out a lot. We've been talking about it. 5th highest K percentage versus righties at 25.2%. Ryan about a K an inning. Pretty similar home road K splits. Hopefully you guys like this. Let me know. I've been separating the home and road just to kind of give you a better picture, because some pitchers just do strike out guys better on their home mound or home crowd or whatever it is. But he has been inconsistent. 5 against the A's, 8 against the Pirates, and then 4 against Houston. Again, Houston doesn't strike out a lot. 9 versus the Royals and 6 in the Nats. That's the last 5. So just take that in mind. And then Hunter Brown, downtown Hunter Brown against the White Sox. White Sox 7th highest K percentage versus righties at 24.3. And all these stats are last 3 weeks, as you can see. Brown somewhat similar home and road, 24-9, 26-7. And he has 7+ Ks now and 4 straight starts. He has been lighting it up, including his last start when we had his over 5.5 Ks and he cashed for us. So that's page 3. Now, let's go to the final one, and then we got to talk about one thing at the end. Cole Reagans at the Oakland A's. A's 6th highest K percentage versus lefties last 3 weeks. Reagans has been a monster. 102 and 86 innings. His road K rate is a bit lower, 25.3 to home, 31.8. It's quite a bit lower, actually. But he does have 6+ Ks in 5 of his last 6 starts as well. It is the Oakland freaking A's. So now let's talk about a guy who's probably the best strikeout pitcher in all of baseball on planet Earth right now. It's Garrett Crochet versus the Astros. This is best on best. You do what you want to do with it. It's going to be a stay away for me because of it. Crochet has a 35.7% K rate. That's absolutely insane. But Houston, not even close. Since May 1st, 14.8% K rate. They just flat out do not strike out versus lefties. Now, Yordan Alvarez might be out with personal reasons. He was out yesterday. We'll see if that happens again. He is a lefty that has a very low K rate, so that might help a little bit. But again, one player doesn't just change everything. But Crochet has been dominant. What gives in that matchup? Should be a fun one to watch. But those are the 7 best pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. And now let's go to the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups of the day, and we got one heck of a matchup in the ATL with Reynaldo Lopez against Tariq Scooby-Doo. Look at their numbers. I mean, it's just been legit. Scooble's maybe the American League favorite for Cy Young, and Lopez he's just good. He's just flat out good. It's not luck anymore. I've seen him pitch a couple times now. He is just a really good pitcher. Hunter Green, obviously, pitching really well. His walk rate obviously is a little high, but that's just who he is. Other than that, we got Ranger Suarez, who's a Cy Young favorite, or one of the favorites in the National League, 10-1, 1.77 ERA, only 5.9 hits per 9 innings. This guy has been just unbelievable so far. And then happy Patrick Corbin Day. I mean, holy Christmas tree. Going up against Brandon Pfaadt. And then Brian Wu, guys. If you don't know much about him, he has been unbelievable. Like, surprising to us Mariner fans, but he is not allowing hits. He has a 1.07 ERA, and he has a 1.63 expected ERA. Like, that's how good he's been in 33.2 innings. A whip is a half. I mean, it's a freaking half. That's insane, with only an average K rate about there. 4.3 hits per 9 innings, guys. It's just been unbelievable. I mean, is he going to keep this pace up the entire rest of the year? Probably not. But, man, has it been impressive. Going up against Tanner Bybee, that's a great pitching matchup. And then we already talked about Garrett Cole, the stud, the man, the myth, the legend. He is back for his first start of the MLB season, going up against the Orioles. But it looks like Aaron Judge went out, and he might be hurt and out for this game. So stay tuned or check out that one. So anyways, take a screenshot. That is page 1. And now let's go check out page 2. And we got some decent matchups over here, like we talked about. Hunter Brown versus Garrett Crochet there in Chicago. Hunter Brown's been a lot better lately. He started out terrible. That's why you see a high ERA, but he's starting to strike out some guys. Still has a little bit of command issues, but Crochet's been just absolutely lights out. But other than that, Bobby Miller, who hasn't pitched in a while for the Dodgers, only 11.2 innings. You could have included him in the pitcher K matchups. That 36% K rate is not going to be 100% accurate with who he is. It's only been 11.2 innings so far, but it is against the Rockies, which is a great matchup. And then speaking of strikeouts, Mr. Cole Reagans down there. We already talked about 29.1, but going up against Funky Cole Medina, who just doesn't strike out many guys and gives up quite a bit of hits. So Other than that, Taj Bradley, Joe Ryan, kind of an underrated, good little matchup there. But Taj Bradley has been a little bit better in Tampa. And then Kevin Gausman, who's just been kind of average this year, going up against Brian Bayo up there in an AL East showdown. So those are all the averages on the bottom. Take a screenshot. Hopefully, this is a great way to start your MLB betting day. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to the ATL where the Braves host the Detroit Tigers. Braves money line minus 130, Tigers plus 110 on the money line with a total of 7.5 runs. This first one's going right from the pitcher strikeout matchups. I know which one, there's 7 of them, but it's going to be Reynaldo Lopez over 5.5 Ks at minus 115 on DraftKings. I'm going to go a half unit, probably going to go a half unit on every play again. It worked out yesterday. I'm just going to keep it rolling right now. So he's been a stud. Let's just face it. We've talked a bit about it already, but he has 7+ Ks in 3 straight starts. Those were versus the Orioles, Nats, and A's. Nats are one of the lowest K teams versus righties, so striking out 7 was very impressive for him. He has 6+ Ks in 7 of his last 11 starts and now gets to face the Detroit Tigers. They have the 3rd highest K rate versus righties in the last 3 weeks, 25.4. It's around that same percentage over the course of the entire season as well. They have a ton of good strikeout options in this lineup. Let's just face it. Versus righties, Riley Green, 26.5% K rate. Malloy, I don't know if he's going to play. He may. If he does, that would be huge. 41.3% K rate. He is a walking K. It's only been 38 at-bats for him, but still, that would be a good one. McKinstry, 28% K rate versus righties in the Tigers lineup. Rogers, 31.5% if he plays. I mean, we got some guys, that's for sure. But another big reason why I like this bet, other than the hit rate and the matchup is just fantastic, is I think he can go pretty deep in this game, and the books think so too. His outs are set at 1.5 runs here. Tigers haven't been that good offensively, as we all know. So if his outs are at 17.5, he should go 6 innings. I mean, that's what the books are saying. So let's just say he does go 6 innings. If he does, he's done 6 or pitched 6 or more innings in 8 starts this season. He is 6-2 to the over of this 5.5 K lines in those 8 games. So again, he has gone 6 or more innings in 8 starts this season. If he does that again, which I think he can, he has gone over this 5.5 Ks in 6 of those 8. So I think he's going to get a ton of chances going deep into the game. And so give me Reynaldo Lopez over 5.5 Ks. That is my first and only bet on this video. The research, and I had an event going on today. It took us late into the night. So I'm going to give you one bet, and then I'm going to make sure I regroup and get you guys some winners again in the morning. But we're not done. We got some hitter parlay ideas. So let's talk about those. So let's get right into the first one. Jarren Duran of the Red Sox. Again, some of this stuff you're already going to see in the video. You're going to see it on the hitter matchups hitter matchups, on the Who's on Fire, things like that. But let's talk about it real quick. Jarren Duran hitting 387 in the last 7 days. He is 5 for 10 versus Kevin Gausman and now on a 9-game hitting streak. All things point to a hit. He also has 2+ hits in 4 of his last 7. I like Duran to get another hit. And then his teammate, Rafaela, like we talked about, he's hitting an insane 615. I don't even know what to say. He's hitting 615 in the last 7 days. 2+ hits in 6 of the last 7 games. He is facing Gausman, obviously, because he is also on the Red Sox. Gausman, by the way, has given up 79 hits in 75 innings. Beware, though, Rafaela, I believe every single day is still hitting in the 9-hole. So he's not going to give as many at-bats, but it hasn't changed. I mean, he's still hitting 650 in the last 7 days. So next one, JD Martinez, the old man of the Mets. He is 4 for 11 versus Andrew Heaney, hitting 292 on the season, hitting 385 in the last 7 days. He's been a good hitter his entire career. The fourth one, Ketel Marte of the D-backs. He is 5 for 9 with 2 bombs versus the lefty Patrick Corbin. I am also 5 for 9 with 2 bombs off of Corbin. He's hitting 343 versus lefties. That's absolutely insane. He has 1+ hit in 8 of his last 10 games. Ketel is solid. We all know that. The next one, Alec Boehm, hitting 444 in the last 7 days. Again, a lot of these guys on Hitters on Fire. That's what these are all about. But great hitting weather in Philadelphia, which is also helpful. He has 2 or more hits in 4 of his last 5, 1+ hit in 8 of his last 10, and he is facing the knuckleballer Waldron, he's been decent, 67 hits and 76.1 innings. I'm still mad that he lost that ladder K prop that we had about a month ago, but it is what it is. But Alec Boehm's another option. You could throw Kyle Schwarber in there as well, but Kyle Schwarber's dominating lefties, not as much righties, but I know it seems strange. But anyways, then this last 3, I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to keep mentioning them. Brian Reynolds just absolutely on a tear. We've been talking about it every single day. I'm not going to go over it. Carlos Correa hitting over 500 in the last 7 days. As you just saw, just cashed a hitter parlay with him yesterday. Always an option. And then Ramos, just been unbelievable. Getting 2+ hits every game. He struggled yesterday, so it might be one of those nice bounce back days. But just want to throw those three in a bunch because we've talked about them a bunch. I didn't plan that, but yeah. So those are the hitter parlay ideas. There's probably a ton out there, guys. I didn't have time to give you like 20, but these are guys that are just on fire right now. They got some good matchups. And if you just want to keep riding the hot bat, these are some good options. So that's what we got for you for all the research help, the one best bet so far, and the hitter parlay ideas. Let's check out that tiny little bets recap. There it is, the one bet so far. Reynaldo Lopez over 5.5 Ks at -115 on DraftKings for a half unit. More out in the morning, just like yesterday. We want to make sure we get you the right bets, and we just ran out of time with doing the long research help and everything else. So thank you guys for watching, though. I appreciate it. It's nice to have a winning day. Let's see if we can string a couple together. But the positivity in this community and the comments below is just absolutely awesome. And it's making me want to do this and grind day in and day out for you guys. So hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.